Yeah, no, we're excited the season's here. Guys been going against each other since beginning of June, so it's time. It's nice. We had the two exhibitions. I thought we showed some stuff at Furman, that we could get better at. Just the point of the exhibitions. I think we've been working on it. Obviously, we had a little bit of a turnover issue in both games at 15 each game, but Barron was a big part of that against Furman, but thought he was really good in practice today. We had a 16-minute scrimmage, and he didn't turn the ball over one time, so I thought that was pretty good. But I think North Dakota obviously is coming back after we went up there last year. That'll be a good start to the year. They run some action that obviously last year we struggled to guard them, especially with Eagle staff who's not there anymore. But they run good action. I think Coach Sather does a good job, and it'll get us ready for some games, moving down, and then obviously we've got a pretty tough stretch there after that. So we're looking to get all the guys on the court on Monday. Looking to get different groups playing together. Trelly's first action was against Furman. I thought he looked pretty good. He didn't shoot it great. He hit the one deep, but I think just getting him in more game reps, even if he's a little limited on minutes restriction, hopefully we can get up maybe by St. John's game. He'll just be in full go, but it was good to get him in against Furman. He'll obviously get a decent amount of minutes, provided the next couple days practice go well. And keep working him in. Jalil's rehab's coming along, but he won't be ready for a while. So I think next week they're going to get new scans and see where everything stands on his foot. So we don't have an answer really on him right now, but everybody else is healthy, ready to go, which is a good thing to be at this point in the year.
You mentioned LeBaron a little bit. With him and Aiden both being named to the coaches' preseason team, how have you seen those guys kind of take that next step this offseason leading into this year?
Yeah, I think Aiden's defense has really picked up. He's playing both sides of the ball a lot better. We need to make a big jump on defense, and he's trying, and he's done it. He's a lot better defender than he was. He's still shooting the ball at a ridiculously high level. I think he's gotten better in pick and rolls. He's more aggressive, getting in the paint, which is all good. Barron's, been more aggressive. He's speaking up more. He's not the freshman that kind of came in under the radar last year. Now he's been here a year. He's played really well. Both those guys have been more vocal. We need him to be. I think it helps him to have a guy like Trelly around that's really vocal and tough and leads, and he's good. So, in Houston. So we've got Trelly and Houston as fifth-year seniors to kind of help them in the backcourt a little bit. And they're Drew Holloway's a junior already. Philon's a sophomore, but, they both need to be leaders as well. And I think we got one of the better backcourts in the country when they're playing well. They've at times they've played well in these two exhibitions. We need them to put a whole 40 minutes together for against North Dakota.
Yeah, to clarify with Reitzel, is he going to be on a minutes restriction on Monday? And then just as he continues to get healthy, what kind of role maybe do you foresee with him on this team?
Yeah, he was in the Furman game. He was at 16 minutes, and we got him right to there. And we'll increase it some from there, but he won't be on full go. Hopefully whatever his restriction is would be about what he would have played anyways in that game. So it may look like he's not under restriction, but I think, Clark will let me know the day before where he's at. Clark's pretty good at all that stuff. And what, you had a second point to the question?
Just as he continues to get healthy, what kind of role do you think?
Yeah, I think he's going to have a big role. I think he makes our team significantly better on both sides. I don't know who's going to end up starting, not starting all that. We've got a lot of guys to choose from, who's going to start and who's not. And like I told the guys today, if it really matters to you to get your name called out and your face put up on the video board, then you're probably not playing for the right reasons. So I don't really think it matters as much who starts as to who probably closes tight games, and also, you know, what you do within your minutes. I mean, we've had guys come through here that didn't start all the time. Primo probably started about half the year, I think, his freshman year, and won the lottery. So there'll be some really good players that don't start that still play significant minutes and maybe close games. And so his role will be big. I just not quite sure who will end up starting once we get everybody healthy.
What do you want to see out of your front court? I guess especially as you face the, are heading into that stretch of St. John's, Purdue. Like, what do you want to see against them?
Yeah, we need our front court to, one, rebound the ball, two, protect the rim, and they're capable. Three is they got to play at the same pace that we're trying to play, so they can't be out there jogging, walking up and down the floor. They're going to get left behind. They're not in the action. We need them to get down in the action, so they got to play more explosive, which, I've talked to them. It probably means we just got to play them just shorter stints, like in for a couple minutes, fresh, get out, and play hard as you can for a couple minutes. As soon as you start to get tired, get out, and just keep them fresh so that they can play explosive, fast, rebound the ball, physical. I thought Noah had some really good physical screens against Furman. We need everybody willing to set screens. Then we need them to finish at the rim, too. So, and then, Noah and Aiden are both very good shooters. Be great if they could knock down a few threes and draw the other team's rim protector away from the rim a little bit. Give us that kind of dimension to our offense as well. That'd be great as well.
You mentioned LeBaron and Aiden kind of being more vocal, and then obviously Latrell. Where's the leadership at right now? Because you lose those four seniors. Where does it kind of stand going into the season? Where do you want to see that kind of grow?
Yeah, I like the thing with this year's team is they're all really good kids. So it's not like you need to have one guy step up to get these two guys under control. There's nobody that you're talking about. They're all great kids. With that being said, you still need leadership. Like, we need this to happen. We need to, and even though they're all good kids, it doesn't mean they all want to go hard on every play. Like, who's going to hold people accountable? Who's going to set the tone for how hard this team plays? So I think Houston's very unique. He studies more film than almost any player I've ever had. He asks a lot of questions. He's extremely intelligent. He's got an intensity about him. And we need him to lead, and he's doing a pretty good job. I think sometimes he could be a little more vocal with his teammates more consistently, but he has it in him. Trelly for sure has it in him. He has no problem holding his teammates accountable in his efforts at a really high level every time he's in. So, it starts with, like, if you don't play hard, it's really hard for you to hold somebody else accountable for not playing hard. And I think those two fifth-year seniors both play extremely hard on every possession. They're both smart. They both study the game. They both know what we're supposed to be doing. So, we've got really good leaders there, and I think it helps. Obviously, if your point guards lead, so LeBaron and Biz really, they need to lead, and they haven't been bad. I think they can make it jump, though. They got to realize, like, this is a team that needs leadership from that lead guard spot, and those two guys are more than capable, and they're getting better at it. I think they can make a jump, though.
Yeah, with the number of options of guys you have that can play the five, do you know how often maybe you want to go big with the 7-footers, Aiden and Noah, versus when you can go small with like Taylor and Bristow and guys like that?
Yeah, we definitely have those options. If against most teams, I would think Aiden and Noah would get a bulk of those minutes. Against a lot of the teams will play that have a traditional big that needs a post, because they're both 7-footers with some real size to them that can guard those guys. maybe sometimes we want to just go small, even if the other teams get big, just to pick the pace up. And when we do that, you got two good options with Keaton, Bristow, and Taylor. So we've got options kind of all over. You can also go with Collins. I mean, both Noah and Aiden are skilled enough on the perimeter. You could, if you wanted to go big like we did against St. Mary's and go, when we had both Aiden and Cliff out there together, you could do that. So I think the way we play offensively, we're able to be versatile. We don't have to have a traditional 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We put basketball players on the floor and we play basketball. So we can go either way. But it would be better. We've talked to our analytics company. If it'd be better defensively and offensively, you got to look at both combined. If we had at least one of those 2 7-footers out there a majority of the game. So that's probably what we'll do. But, depending on the game, 4, 5, 6, 10 minutes, maybe you go small and put a Keaton or Taylor in there at the 5.
Obviously, it's still, preseason it was, but do the number of turnovers that LeBaron had through those games, does that worry you? Kind of what's been the focus there?
Yeah, no, it does. He needs to stop turning the ball over. Like, you can't be good on offense if your point guard's averaging 5 turnovers a game. So the point's been made to him. He had 0 in the scrimmage today in practice. Hopefully that's a sign of him and not just that the defense wasn't great. But I think he is getting the message. I mean, he wants to be great. He's a competitor. He's trying to win. It's hard to win when he's turning the ball over like that. So, yeah, no, it's concerning, but I think he's more than capable of getting it under control here pretty quick.